A single app sits alone on your phone screen, clean and simple, then 5 more appear, then 10, then the whole screen fills up. Did all these companies accidentally come up with the exact same idea? Or did someone look over the wall and decide to copy exactly what worked? In business, copying is not always laziness. Sometimes it is pure strategy. And today we are going to find out exactly why companies do this. Imagine a small town with one bakery, great bread, and long lines every morning. Then a second bakery opens across the street. Same bread, same prices, same sign. Why copy the bakery? Why not sell pizza or sushi or anything else at all? Then a third bakery opens, then a fourth, all on the exact same street. This is not a coincidence. This exact pattern happens in every single industry. In 2007, Apple launched the iPhone and the whole world stopped instead. Within 2 years, every competitor was building touchscreen phones that looked very similar. Was it theft, inspiration, or something completely different happening here? The answer is something called herding, and it explains everything you are about to see. Herding is when animals move together as one group with no individual decision made. One animal moves left, and without thinking, every single other one follows immediately. In business, companies behave exactly like those sheep more often than you would think. One company tries something new, it works, and suddenly every competitor chases after it. But wait, do these companies not have entire departments paid just to think? Yes, they do. And that is exactly what makes this whole pattern so fascinating to study. Picture a big corporate boardroom, senior executives seated around a very long table. The boss walks in and drops a newspaper on the table. The competitor just did something big. Now you have 2 choices. Trust your own plan or copy the competitor and move fast. If you pick your own path and it fails, you are the one who ignored the competition completely. But if you copy and it fails, you were just following the market. Nobody blames you alone. This is the core of herding. It is about what is safest for the person deciding, not the company. Economists call this information cascades. One action triggers the next and the next automatically. Company A tries something brand new. It works, and the whole market takes notice immediately. Company B sees Company A succeeding and thinks they must know something I do not know. Company C sees both A and B doing it, and now it feels even safer to just follow along too. And so on until everyone is doing the same thing across the entire industry. Even if the original idea was not very good, everyone copies it anyway, every single time. In 2013, Snapchat invented disappearing stories, photos and videos gone after 24 hours. It was a strange idea at first, but people absolutely loved it, and it spread everywhere fast. In 2016, Instagram launched Stories. The concept was identical, just a different app entirely. Then Facebook added Stories, then WhatsApp, then YouTube, then LinkedIn added Stories too. LinkedIn, a site for professional resumes and job posts, added disappearing stories for some reason. Did any user anywhere ever ask LinkedIn for disappearing stories? Almost certainly not at all. YouTube Reels gone, Twitter, Fleets gone, LinkedIn Stories also gone, all deleted within 2 years. Copied, launched, failed, then quietly deleted. The whole cycle completed in roughly 2 years. So why do intelligent, well-funded companies keep repeating this exact same costly cycle again? Because the alternative to copying is terrifying. And fear is a very powerful business force. Imagine you are at a big streaming company in 2019 and short videos are exploding everywhere. Your team says you should add short videos. But that is not what your company does at all. But what if the short video trend eats your entire audience and you get completely left behind.
They're watching.
That fear of being left behind is what drives most copying decisions inside corporate boardrooms. Here is where it gets really interesting, because copying is not always the wrong move to make. Burger King did not invent fast food. McDonald's did, but Burger King copied and still thrives today. 70 years later, the copycat is still standing strong right next to the original pioneer. Google made Android heavily inspired by iOS, and today Android runs most smartphones on Earth. Copying done right and done smart can absolutely win in the long run, without question. Smart copying means understanding why something worked. Dumb copying means panic building the same thing. The smart copier stops and asks one question. Does this actually make sense for us right now?
It's fine.
The dumb copier just sees something popular and panic builds it without asking any questions at all.
I wanted to talk about a few
One
things
extra
I've been
question
thinking about
before
lately.
copying is what
wanted to talk
separates the winners from the companies that crash. Look at any competitive market, and you will see all the flags
me to my
clustered
first
in the
point.
exact same
We
spot.
must focus on the
When everyone
strategy
copies,
moving
everyone
forward.
shares the blame if it fails. No
That
single
brings me to my
person
second
takes the
point.
hit alone.
We have to
When
consider
nobody
the risks
copies,
here.
the pioneer
not
stands
sure we're
alone
ready for-
on the cliff and takes every single risk themselves. Companies copy because survival matters more than originality when real money is on the line.
This
So
one looks safe,
the
but
herd
the other one,
keeps
it calls
walking
to me.
together because walking together feels much safer than walking alone, until the whole herd crashes and the one who walked differently is still standing completely fine. The companies that win long term watch the herd, but do not always run with it at all. So next time you see an app that looks exactly like another app already on your phone, do not just roll your eyes. There is something much deeper and more interesting happening there. Behind every copycat product is a room full of people terrified of being the ones left completely behind. The real competition in business is not always
remember,
about the best
true
idea.
progress isn't
It is
just
about
technology or
surviving long
systems.
enough.
It's
And
about how we
sometimes
treat each
survival
other.
looks
Go
exactly
ahead,
like
don't be
everyone doing
shy.
the same thing at
Your
the very
comments
same
are
time.
important,
Until
so
one
speak up
person is
and
brave
let us
enough
know
to
what you
quietly
think.
turn
Great to see
around
you.
and walk
We
a
have some
completely
amazing
different
things
direction.
planned, so let's get
Drop a
started.
comment below. Which copycat product annoyed you the most? We read every single one.